Hello and welcome back to our Mother of Us All campaign. Previously, we looked at Feudal Elective on a kingdom level title, and we got some results, but the results weren't really that useful to us. It's been suggested that I look at Feudal Elective at a duchy level, and they're interesting. They're interesting results. I'm not entirely sure that if I was to design the system, that would be the way that I would want the results to turn out. But it does appear to be deliberately how the game is designed, and as so, I think we're going to go through with it. So, let me show you what I mean, and I can explain roughly what's happening here. So, let's start with what our current succession law is. Our current succession law is pretty straightforward. It's Confederate partition, and we have 3 holdings. So, Duchy and Empire go to the first son, along with the capital. That makes perfect sense. You also get the barony, because you get any baronies connected to a county, because those are not included as part of partition, right? Partition is only county level and above. So, that makes sense. The second child gets the second county, and the third child gets the third county plus any baronies. That makes 100% sense. Let's apply a succession law to this title. So, the Petty Kingdom of Timbuktu is a kingdom made up of duchy, although it's called Petty Kingdom, which tripped me up there. It's a duchy made up of 2 counties, right? We're going to apply Feudal Elective to that. Now, immediately, it has not really made that much of a difference. What it has done is it has moved this out to the side, but this succession law is identical. Why is this? Well, the reason is nobody has any votes. So what it has done is it has said, okay, there is no successor for the succession law, right? Nobody is eligible to be the next person who gets this title. Therefore, we revert to the realm succession law, which is Confederate partition, and therefore it's exactly the same. So that makes a reasonable amount of sense. If we vote, however, and we are the only person who can vote, because we control the entire duchy ourselves, which is quite important for this, and we vote for our player heir, we end up in this situation, where they inherit everything. Now, initially I looked at this and said, something doesn't feel right here. But having looked at it a little bit further, I think I understand what's happening. It's just kind of explained badly. So, titles inherited from realms Confederate partition I think is completely incorrect here. What this is effectively we inherit the Petty Kingdom of Timbuktu via Feudal Elective. So every title that is part of the Petty Kingdom of Timbuktu, we inherit via elective. There is no partition involved in that whatsoever. So these titles here are not inherited via elective, plus I think this one, because that's a barony, right? So these 3 are not inherited via partition. So these 3 are not actually meant to be in this section, they're meant to be in this section right here. So if you do that, it all suddenly makes a lot more sense, because then we have one title, which is going through Confederate partition, and that one title is given to our heir. That's effectively what's happening here. And we can see this happen if we were to, say, vote for somebody else. So if we vote for Prince Isa, you can see that we still inherit the one main title, because the rest of them are not lost due to Confederate partition, they are lost due to being part of a title with their own succession, right? So this is just incorrect, which is something kind of interesting here. This is just, the game is wrong. That's not why these are being inherited. So if we do this, succession's fine, succession's not fine, succession's fine, succession's not fine. And we can do this with anybody, right? What if I choose somebody who isn't my son? Is exactly the same. Yeah, okay. And this person would not be in line for Confederate partition whatsoever. So, I think we're going to stick with this. It's not a cure-all to all of our succession issues. We cannot expand beyond an empire right now, because we still have Confederate partition. And putting elective on an empire is a lot more of a problem, because the ruler and all direct is your vassals of 1 or 2 ranks below the title can nominate a title heir, right? So that doesn't really fix our issue. We could go with it And we could manipulate elective, but that's not the path I want to go down right now. And that would allow us to expand a little bit further. But this does make a lot of sense because we completely control the petty kingdom of Timbuktu, right? We have 100% control over it because it's 2 counties. If we were to get a like a 4th county, right? Because we currently have Taraka, Arwan, and Kirwan. If we were to get a 4th one, that I think would go to our 2nd son, right? Because that would then go back into Confederate partition. Now you might be saying, well, why don't you just get the duchy over here? That would also fix your issue. Well, there are 2 issues with that. One, we can't get the duchy, our vassal has it, and 2, it's a little bit too big, right? Unless we were to get both of these, in which case, again, that would be absolutely fine if we were to get both of these. Also, wait a second, who owns this duchy? Because these are just county people. You just happen to hold that much land. Huh. If I was to retract those vassals from you, you would just destroy that duchy. That's an interesting thought. You would also hate me while we do it, so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, succession law for the next succession is sorted. Now, long term, what's our succession looking like? Well, we're working towards hereditary rule, which is in 28 years. In 28 years, we can suddenly expand a lot more because we can switch to partition, at which point we can just expand mindlessly as long as we don't have another empire title. As long as we don't create another empire title, we're fine. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, let's go in here. Just want to see the alliances. You're outside our realm. You have 3 people. Yeah, let's not worry about that. There's nobody here because we haven't been at war because we were at peace. I think this is all fine. We can imprison criminals, potentially. I don't know if I really want to imprison anybody. Just want to see what this... So I could imprison you 100%. You have no money. 0, 28, 37, 37, 48, 30. Yeah, so I don't really want to imprison any of them. I guess I could pardon them, but I'm not going to do that because if we happen to imprison them later, we can revoke things if we still have a reason, if they still have a crime that we haven't pardoned. Money-wise, don't really care about any of you. Okay, cool. Now, I was also thinking, because I was looking around at empires and things, we do have a bit of this empire we don't control. This is apparently de jure part of our empire. It would make a lot of sense if we were able to get it. I just want to see who you're allied with. So you're allied with Yamama over here, and you're also allied with this person. It's a reasonable number of troops. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to run into the same situation we ran into last time we tried to expand. Also, we're quite old, so we might just drop dead. Yeah, I don't really feel... I mean, we're currently in fine health, so we're not going to drop dead right now, but there is a potential for it later. And if we were to die while in this war, it would be bad. Also, kind of looking at Fezan up here. Fezan's been annoying for us. Yeah, I would like to take them as well. Although... Oh no, we could definitely take them and be fine. And then Ghana we have an alliance with. I would like to maybe get some of this... And we have an alliance here. I'd maybe like to get this land right there, because that would give us a little buffer for people getting into our capital. But if I attack them, I have to attack the entire Confederation, right? Which is 9 people, which is 15,000 troops. Yeah. And then Todo down here I would also like. But yeah, they're currently at war. They're in a peasant revolt. But yeah, I would like to take them as well. There's definitely expansion I'd like to do. I just don't want to run into a situation where we get screwed again. Let's maybe build up a war chest. Let's build up 300 gold, and then we'll think about it. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Just to get a little bit of money, and then if something goes wrong, we have some money to make it go right again. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Stewardship perk available. Golden aplomb. Monthly income per stress level. Shouldn't really apply to us very often, but it's quite nice. There is a very valid strategy in this game, by the way, of just increasing your stress level and sitting at like stress level 1 or 2 and getting all the stress level bonuses. I don't tend to engage in it, but I do know about it. I think it's in here. It's thriving in chaos. You can get a huge number of bonuses if you're willing to sit with a little bit of stress. Yeah. Because if you're at stress level, say 2, you get 8 martial, 8 intrigue, and 12 prowess for sitting there. Anyway. That's fine. Continue building up some money. Granddaughter's been born. People are speaking my language. That's good. We will say great job at taking a step there for that child. Okay. I've lost my personal physician. Do I have a new one? I have my son. He's good due to family business. Ooh. Yeah, I suppose that's pretty good. Yeah, and once he gets the trait, he'll actually be fine. Yeah, you can do that job. Okay, cool. Carrying on. Byzantines appear to have reforged a little bit here. Minus... Never mind. I was going to say minus Thrace, but they got it. I'll be invited to the Byzantines' coronation. It says I will not arrive in time. Even with my, yeah, extra speed. Okay, well, I'm not going then. Granddaughter can marry. Let's use our marry filter. Let's see what happens here. I'm down to 7. Let's go for not lowborn. Down to 5. You marry this person? Okay. Sure, why not? He appears to be Herculean. Is that, yeah, that's a Korean person. Okay. Cool. Right. Great-grandson has been born. I have a little bit of money. Do we think 200 gold is enough, or am I tweaking? Am I like, I have to declare war, I've been sitting at peace too long? Even though objectively it's probably fine. I think I'm tweaking a little bit, but I also think I could just declare this war against somebody who has absolutely no allies and be fine. You're still tribal. Your land is weak. Everyone else has oaths to be at peace. Yeah, you know what? I think I could probably see... Oh, I can't use seize de jure on that one. I could seize... I could do a holy war here. Oh, but only on a duchy. Does nobody have a claim on the whole thing? Anyone have a claim on this? You do. Okay. You would not accept an invite to court because you're liege's child. Liege who currently holds land... Or, yeah. Holds land in Casa. Yeah, I don't know how I could get you into my court. Yeah, I just don't think that's going to happen. Okay, well, this is actually an awkward one, because I don't want a holy war for kingdom, because that's insane. You sure you won't just be my vassal? That would make life a lot easier. Not the rightful liege. It's a big one. Of a different faith, not tribal, cultural acceptance. And we could probably, we could become... Oh, actually, we can't even become the rightful liege, because you're their rightful liege. I guess I could become the rightful liege by getting the empire, but I actively don't want that. Which case I could just grab a county off of you. Yeah, let's maybe just grab this county off of you here. I think that's reasonable. Isolate them. I think that would be good. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to raise some troops and we're going to go for a very quick war. Right. The reason I took this one instead of taking that one is that means that these guys can't expand south into it, at least not through a conquest war that needs them to be bordered. So, that made sense to me. We've wiped their army, let's go to the war goal. We lost 2, they lost 1,335. I have lost a councillor. You're not very good, neither are you. I guess I could put in you as my spy master right now. That doesn't actually help us in this situation, but it's something else to think about. You would be okay. We have a powerful vassal would be good as a steward, so actually, yeah, you would be fine. Let's reassign you, and then my steward is going to be you. Wonderful. That works really well. Yeah. Okay. Actually split the army in half. Send the other half over here. Courtier came of age. Call in dynasty members, but we're not going to do that. Nice, so now we just sit. I would love some siege units. We're a little bit far away from them, I think, right? Well, on this one, we're 300 years away, but on this one, we're 162. Yeah, we could probably get it quite quickly once we get hereditary rule, but hereditary rule is so much more important to me. Ooh, okay. So you would like a bit of land in there, or alternatively, a bit of land in something that I don't hold. But you'd give me less money for it. Well, I'd prefer you to get land, or to get it in the land that we don't hold, because even though I can't hold this land directly, well, actually, yeah, I could just take this. In fact, I could take this now. Wait a second. Yeah, I was gonna say we can upgrade it, and then that would be good. But like, I think we could also upgrade the leased land as well. I don't think it actually. Yeah, if I check back in here, what's the land that we gave away? Was it? I need to find the right one that's in here again. No, we can't upgrade the leased land. No. So I was right the first time. Yeah. So because we would be leasing it out, we wouldn't be able to upgrade it if we wanted to, and there are some nice upgrades we can get on different holdings. Anyway, that's cool. We got an extra bit of land here, which is nice. So we're making a little bit more per month. We're also losing not as much as we were while we're at war, which is probably thanks to some of our reduced costs here on some of our men-at-arms costs. Although, yeah, I can't actually see them directly, but fearful troops is -10, and then I think these must apply directly then. Yeah, it doesn't actually show you the breakdown, but the bonuses for, say, our yeah, for the trading post must apply directly. Anyway, it's cool. We are actually making money. We can sit at war and make money, which is a much improved situation. You would be a very good seneschal. The only problem is that you're my player heir, but it doesn't matter as much for that as it does for accolades. For accolades it matters because it will reduce the glory of the accolade when he inherits. For this it just means that the seneschal position will be empty. Which isn't even that bad, really. And he'll be earning money while he's doing that, which is good. Yeah, I don't really care about any of these, because they're all going to fall off. But you can give me close attention for 10 years. Disease resistance is fine. I was being raided as well, it said there, but I don't actually have the currently being raided. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, you're raiding over here. I need a new chancellor? I just needed a new chancellor. We can put in the guy who's got 12 here. Let's reassign him. Yep. And then you are going to be my new marshal, which works fine. Okay. One of these. Train for a tournament. I don't really think I even need to train for a tournament. I don't think that's beneficial to me. Wait, is that a new councillor died, or is that the old councillor died? Oh, there's my being raided. Yeah, it's annoying. There's not a lot we can really do about it, though. Like, yeah, it's just annoying. Invited to Hausaland's coronation. We could go, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's acceptable. I'll go. Is this one that I set up? My granddaughter and tutor and this person matrilineally? That seems like something I would have set up. Right. It's fine. Back to our very, very long war. Just due to our sieges taking so long. Hey, my son got Novice Physician, which means he's now excellent, because he now has the Physician bonus as well. Nice. Body is continuing to weaken. We're getting more infirmity. Yeah, that's just going to keep going up, basically. Not really a lot we can do about it. Toils of War. We increase cultural acceptance. What is cultural acceptance currently? 51. Yeah, let's increase some cultural acceptance. They've demanded a duel. Are you any good? No. In which case, oh, you delayed my trip to the coronation by 30 days already, though. Yeah, I think I'm just going to ignore him. We arrived. 4 months early. His bearing witness is fine here. Offering support is probably fine. Let's offer some support. I don't need an alliance, but some opinion would be okay. Hey, my brooch got zealot tax contribution up by 1%. That's nice. Do I want to be friends with this guy? I don't really care. I'd really just prefer the prestige, to be honest with you. That's fine. Right. Offering support. We can get opinion, we can become friends, or get an alliance. I'd like to become friends, please. How long is this siege? 3 months. I could do that. Why don't you disband? It's going to take you 4 months to come back, but that's okay. Yay, she's my friend. I have another friend. I'm going to leverage my good name to increase this person's opinion of me. That's fine. Long may she reign, I'll say. Get my prestige. Here, do I want this person? They're fine. I'll say fewer as generous as you and get myself some diplomacy lifestyle experience. Right. This coronation is going to be very, very magnificent. It's good. Neighboring ruler lost war. You lost a war. Oh, right. Yeah, they are neighboring, sort of. Right. Over here. Husband was enthroned. There we go. He gave an oath. I don't know what the oath is. We'll see it at the end. Right. You can just, like... What are you doing? Catholic rulers, invigorated by call to arms of Pope Alexander, start to gather a large host of zealots to wage a crusade against all enemies of the cross in Africa. More and more fanatics are drawn in every day in what will soon be a mighty army of the cross assembled to bring war upon our lands. It falls upon me to organize my fellow Bori rulers in the region and prepare for the incoming tide of infidels before it's too late. Well, quite clearly I don't have enough troops. Quite clearly that's just not going to work. They are currently being attacked in a holy war by the Arabian Empire, which actually just, like, hurts more. Like, that's just annoying. Okay, well, I'm going to win this war anyway. Yeah, you can be friends with me, that's fine. I'm not going to pay for your wine. Celebration is ended. They swore an oath to ensure peace. Okay. We capture anyone important? Nope. Okay, in which case I will enforce my demands. As it was de jure, it's probably already given away. Yeah. It's already given away, and he loves us for pressing his claim. Right? Nope. In which case it must, you must love us for pressing your claim. Yep, there we go. Wonderful. Disband. Great. Crusade? There's 10,000 people in your crusade. Now, the fact that he's currently losing a holy war is interesting. And he's the only person in it for the Prince Bishopric of Tivoli. Yeah. That is intriguing. Yeah, I don't really know if it gives us anything, but it does at least mean he's slightly busy. What about this? Can I put a new thing in here? Nope, none of those are new. Oh, I can station my men-at-arms unit in the new holding I have, which I'll probably lose in this war. The war for the Kingdom of Africa, which is this. Why they did not declare a war for Jerusalem, Egypt, I have no idea. Why they went for Africa, it boggles the mind why they would go for Africa. But they've done that, so there's not a lot I can do. There is only the Pope in this war currently, though, but I'm sure more people will join. I'm not going to buy your mysterious puzzle. I've just had a crusade declared upon me. I got more important things to worry about. Right. Let's get rid of that. Okay. 21,000 versus 19. So, wait. You've joined in. Wait, why have you joined in? This doesn't make any sense for why they would join. Wait, surely aren't the people who defend generally meant to be of the same religion? Huh. That's interesting. So people of other religions are actually joining. Would he lose land as well if they did a crusade for Africa? I don't think he would. Yeah. That's very weird. I don't think he would lose any land, actually. It's nice of him to join in. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. It's just a little confusing. Right, let's get the sell titles decision going. Also, yeah, I forgot you guys in prison. Convert. You. Thank you for the 100 gold. Convert. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to whatever that is. Again, I'm busy. Okay. We are actually in an alright situation if we have a few more join, because they are really bad at crusades, but still. It's not great for us. I'm going to sell some trivial titles here. Huge amount of prestige cost, but... there we go. You're selling of titles even though I myself have been inadequately honoured for my service. Indeed, considering my achievements on your behalf, a few new titles would not go amiss. I can spend some prestige and increase your level of fame. And do not aggrandize yourself. No, I don't care if you get, like, opinion of me and raise your level of fame. That doesn't bother me at all. That's actually just good for everybody. That's why some of these ones where it's like sell titles, it sounds bad, but a lot of the outcomes are actually, like, they're pretty good. There we go, I got learning and lifestyle experience from that. I think trading for a tournament's most likely just to get us wounded right now. Let's extort my subjects. This one person can have a lowered opinion of me, but they have such a high opinion of me that I don't actually care. Yeah, I'll take an extra 270. We also need to save money for this crusade. Anyone else joining? No, I think this might be it on our side. That's the main problem. Is that's it on our side, but on their side, a whole bunch of people are joining. Okay, well, continue converting. You're going to convert Catacomb next. Right. It's all fine. Yeah, how's this looking? We have much less in terms of troop numbers, but we might be okay. Yeah, they do have to land their troops. We could pre-prepare. That's the other thing that we could do. We could raise our troops and sit on the water and just wait for them to land. Although I think they changed it so that they'll try and merge like here and then land. But yeah, I don't know. They merged it so they'll try and like sit in the water, merge, and then land rather than land one at a time. Neighboring ruler would like you to marry my granddaughter. That'll be a no from me. Yep, that seems like a bad idea. Okay. Well, I'm being raided. Okay, well. Wait, cancel that. Raise all. Why are you not oh, there you go. 3 months left. Gather. That's enough. Go. Go. We just need to get there in time. Also, I don't know why I moved to speed 2. Right. Yay! By defeating this army over here of Mema, who is the vassal of Ghana, which proves that the Ghana alliance does not actually stop things. Also, Ghana will join in because they're my ally. I can just call them into the war. Oh. But they're not going to join in as like an actual defender. They're going to join in as our ally. But yeah, now we've done that. One, they can't raid us for a while, and it proved that the lower people do not have, or the vassals do not have the same restrictions as the liege. That's the words I was looking for. We lost 0, they lost 600. Yeah, the other problem is Ghana, I guess, is still tribal, so... I was going to say it might be worse, but I guess our tech isn't, like, better than tribal currently. It's still effectively the same as tribal. Yeah. Anyway, it's fine. How long have we got till this happens? 3 months. That's fine. 3 months. If they just waited a little bit, we would have been absolutely fine here. 41 days. Or, sorry, they would have been absolutely fine raiding me. I would have had no, like, comeback whatsoever. Alright, let's go here. Let's raise some troops. Crusade for Africa. The Splinter Crusade! Yes! Without the light of Bori to guide them. Why does that have 2 O's? Wait. Does our Bori have... Did I misspell my adjective? Or my god? I guess I didn't put a god in here, but maybe Bori... Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. Without the light of Bori to guide them, the Catholics thrash in the dark. A great contingent of our fanatical foes, rather than march against Surya Aminata of Kanem Bornu, have sworn to claim the Byzantine Empire. Their discord is a baffling relief to those who defend Africa. Their devilish little minds seem to believe we'll be baptized by the sword once Queen Constantia of Galicia sits on the imperial throne. Of Galicia? As in, yeah. That would be interesting. Yeah, having the biggest kingdom currently in the Iberian Peninsula control the Byzantine Empire would be interesting. Anyway, but Pope Alexander's forces will surely by then be repelled. Okay, well, I'm happy that a bunch of people have decided to splinter. We're still against a bunch of people, which is not good, but it's 26 versus 16. We've been in worse situations. I'm going to call my allies into this one. Even the ones where we only have 6 troops, we will call them in. Because those will be 6 knights, which is good. You can't call allies into crusades? Wait, you can't call allies into crusades? What logic is that? Why can you not call an ally into a crusade? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, you can't do it, so... Oh, I should hire a holy order. That's true. None of these are free right now. This, as in, none of those ones are free. Why can I not hire you? They're pledged to join the Crusade for Africa. Oh! Oh, that's fine then. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep raising our troops. Also, the Pope is currently at war, which is quite nice. I don't think we can siege the Vatican. I just don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, it's fort level 10. That's not going to happen. So we basically just have to win via, like, battles, I think. Well, supply limit is enough for me to sit here. That's good. And then we chill. And I think that this is going to be a good point to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.